on my phone. As I told you, I was going to be live today. We're going to talk about adjustment of status, and we are going to be talking about latest immigration news and exactly what's going on in Georgia. Let me know if you're already here. Hello, hello, hello. Let me know if you're here. I hope the lightning is. Let me see if I can fix the lightning. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's fine. Okay, let me know if you're here, what you're doing, and how are you, how you feeling. If you have a question, let me know in the comment as well. And by the way, please like so we can get started. We're going to talk about adjustment of status. We're going to talk about the latest immigration news, what's going on in Georgia. What else? So those are the topics. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, for the latest immigration news, USCIS increased automatic extension of certain employment authorization document to improve access to work permit. Meaning what? Simply means that they reverting back to 540 days of extension. USCIS to increase the automatic extension period for certain employment authorization document EADs from up to 800 days to up to 540 days. From 180 days, I think I said 800. From 180 days to 540 days, the way it used to be. Remember, back in the days, they extended those days. Then they reduced it again to 180 days. Now it's back again to 540 days. Meaning what? If the person applied if a person apply on or after October 27, 2023, and the application is still pending, then that person work permit is going to, basically their extension letter has been automatically extended. Patel, hi Patel, how are you? Thanks for joining. And please like, by the way, please like and share. We're talking about latest immigration news, and we're going to talk about adjustment of status as well. So, yes, so this is what's going on, right? So there is an extension, automatic extension for work permit. As I said it, I'm just going to repeat myself for the people who just got in this live session. Automatic extension from 180 days to 540 days. If you have that letter, just know that that letter has been automatically extended. This is for renewal of work permits, certain individuals. That would be like C9 or C8, asylum pending, withholding of removal, stuff like that. Asking for the status of Dignity Act 2023. Yeah, Mendoza, Michael Mendoza. Yeah, I don't have any update. I didn't hear anything. And quite frankly, right now, to be honest, until after the election, I don't think you can hear anything good coming from those immigration reform. So the news we have, the bad news we have, it's for Georgia. So let me tell you what's going on in Georgia. In Georgia, they passed that law. Let me just read it so I'll say it correctly. In Georgia, right? Yeah, so in Georgia, the law passed the Senate as well. Remember that law in Georgia said that they are going to refer undocumented individual who committed a crime directly to ICE, and they're gonna pretty much alert authorities such as ICE, and then they're gonna find themselves in removal proceedings. If you, like, let's say somebody who has no legal status and they commit some type of crime, yeah, it's just gonna be automatic referral to court for removal purposes. So that's what's going on in Georgia. It's really bad. Georgia. Let's see again here. Let me see that again. Okay. Let me tell you again what's going on. Georgia, 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 Georgia. Okay. Yeah, so the for the Georgia residents, the immigration bill for the Senate of Georgia has passed the state's legislature and now has been forwarded to the governor for it to be signed and for it to become law. What exactly is going to be the law, right? Once the governor signs it. Well, the bill 1105 will require law enforcement, which means this bill will require the police, right, the authorities, law enforcement official to verify the immigration status of those over the age of 18 who are arrested in detention or if they believe might have committed a crime. They have to inquire about your legal status. And if you don't have a legal status in Georgia, you commit a crime or you've been arrested, or if they think you might have committed a crime and they find out later on you don't have a legal status, they will refer the case directly to the court. That's what exactly going in Georgia. To employment, including time for that. Okay, how long does it exactly take to adjust status to employment? First of all, the first thing you have to know about employment base, right? For most petitions, employment base, the visa is not immediately available. So once the I-140 has been approved, now you have to go to the visa bulletin and see if the visa is available. And if the visa is available, that meaning that it's current, then you can apply for the green card. And once you apply for the green card, current processing time, let's check. For the green card based on employment, it goes with center, right? USCIS processing time, depending on what center. You just go online, you check USCIS processing time for let's see, because I'm looking on my computer. Hold on, let me see if I can. Okay, yeah, let's see. Employment base. Now you're gonna check where you live exactly. So I'm just gonna go with Baltimore right now, because Baltimore right now it's taking 25 months and half, yeah, for Baltimore employment base. That's when the visa is available and you apply for a green card, right? The time the green card is gonna be pending with USCIS in Baltimore is 25 months. Labor certification just depends. Labor certification, I believe it used to take 180 days. Has been a long time since I've done a labor certification, but around, let me just check. Labor certification. Processing He used to do 6 months basically. Yeah, so if you look online now, they're saying around 13 months. Yeah, almost a year. So between 12 months to 13 months. Like a year, a full year basically. So Wilbur Gasha, hi, how are you? I don't I don't I don't understand Arthur Frankowski. I don't understand your question. So adjusting status is basically applying for the green card inside of the US. That's what adjustment of status means. But you have to have a basis for it. If we're talking about employment, basically, as I said, first of all, you have to apply for the I-140, right? Depending if you need labor certification or not, right? So once I-140 is approved, then you go on a bulletin to look if the visa is available. What they mean by visa availability just means that if you are ready to file for the green card application. So if it shows current, then you can file for the green card application, provided that you have maintained lawful status for all those years. If you didn't maintain lawful status prior to getting your TPS, then it's not going to work unless you have some type of unless you have some type of exceptions, right? So yeah. Anybody else? So we want to talk about adjustment of status. Let me tell you what are the requirements for adjustment of status. By the way, we have 9 people in the house. Please like, please share, so I can talk about adjustment of status. And if anybody in the meantime need a consultation, they can schedule it by using the consultation link in the description box. Let me tell you about adjustment of status and the requirement. Okay, so in order to adjust status, you're welcome. In order to adjust status, the person must have been, and this is family, we're just gonna focus on family base for now. 12 people in the house, please like, please share. We are talking about adjustment of status, and we already talked about the latest immigration news. You can watch from the beginning to know what's going on with immigration. But anyway, this is about adjustment of status. In order to adjust status, the applicant must be inspected, admitted, or inspected and paroled into the United States. Meaning what? Meaning that the person got here with a visa, first of all. If they didn't get with the visa, they must have been paroled at the border. That's like TPS holder when they come back. That's parole. Or DACA recipient when they come back on advance parole, or people at the border when they get parole. That's the first requirement. And not every type of visa will make a person eligible to adjust status, because some visas you cannot. You're gonna have to get a waiver, like J1, J2 visa, you're gonna need a waiver, a 2 years residency waiver. Like crew member, they cannot adjust status based on the way they got here. So you gotta have some type of like F1 visa, B1 visa, or paroled. Then you must be eligible to receive an immigrant visa, meaning that you have a valid petition that was approved. It can be I-130 or I-140, okay? Then be admissible to the United States for permanent residence. Meaning what? Meaning that you don't have any inadmissibility issues. That's when it comes into play if you maintain lawful status. Well, if you are adjusting based on immediate relative, then you don't need that because it's gonna waive it because it's family based, right? Then lastly, you have must have an immigrant visa immediately available at the time the application is filed. It has to be available. The visa has to be available. That's why if we go back to Arthur Frankowski question, when it comes to employment, let's just go with EB2, right? Employment based under category EB2. Once the I-140 is approved, then you go back to the visa bulletin and see if it's current. Your priority date is current. Once the priority date is current, that's when you can file the application for adjustment of status, the green card application with USCIS. If it's not current, you cannot. Okay? So those are the four main requirements for adjustment of status. Okay? Let's see if we have another question. Yeah, anybody else has a question? If a person has a question, please just put it in the comment so we can answer it. Anybody has a question? So we are doing adjustment of status because this is the time to do it. Somebody was asking about the Dignity Act. I haven't heard anything new about it. Let me just double check here. Yeah, there's nothing new. Okay, I hope it's safe to trip with advanced parole. It depends. If you have TPS, TPS, you actually get a travel document. So I haven't seen anybody with TPS having problem coming back with advance parole or travel document. Because you talked about that you have TPS. So if you have TPS, I believe TPS it's I'm not gonna say for sure safe, but what I can say is that I haven't seen anybody complaining about not being able to come back. There was a person who had a problem coming back, but the problem was fixed within 72 hours. So if you have TPS, then really, yeah, you can travel and come back with your valid TPS and the valid travel document. By the way, let me answer this question. I had somebody who was talking about they had an asylum pending, and then they dismissed their case of asylum. Now they have a green card pending, I guess, based on marriage. Now they're trying to see if traveling outside of the United States on advanced parole is going to be safe, especially if they have to go, because they're trying to go back home to the country where they claim persecution. This is my take on this, right? If a person applies for asylum and later on they find themselves in their home country, whether they dismiss their case or not, it's just gonna raise a lot of questions. So if a person wants to travel under those circumstances, then they have to really think about it like, well, I already told USCIS that I fear the return home. I fear persecution. I fear returning home. And now, while you dismiss your case later, dismissal simply means that the DHS, Department of Homeland Security, They just don't want to pursue it, right? It doesn't mean that they are not going to pursue it in the future. It's just like for now, it's not important for them to pursue this case. So that's what dismissal means. But then this person, if you find yourself again in your home country, then the question becomes, well, did you lie on your application for asylum or you didn't? You see? So that's why the person has to be careful. Like, I wouldn't do that if I was that person. I'm trying to answer that question really because this question has been coming a lot on my comment section all the time. I keep telling people, if you claim asylum, you cannot go to the country where you fear persecution. You're just raising a lot of suspicions and a lot of problems with immigration officers when you come back. You might find yourself again denied entry or in removal. It's like, yeah, it don't make sense even to me. So that's what I'll say. But for TPS holders, the game is different. Yeah, anybody else has a question? If anybody else has a question, please put it in the comments. We're trying to answer questions. Adjustment of status is the topic. Let me know if you have questions. People who need a consultation, again, this is the time to do it. Second opinion consultation. The consultation link is in the description box. Let's see if we can see another question. Let's see if I can see a question. Yes, friend, let's get it right. Yeah, I don't see any more questions. So if there's no questions, then it's time for me to hang up and come back later. Or come back next time. Let me see if I have a good news here. Yeah, there's no more questions. Okay, thanks for joining this live session. And I hope to talk to you later. Thanks, bye-bye.